Hey guys, it's that Dividend guy coming at you with another dividend investing video. Apparently, there's been a lot of buzz about what stocks Warren Buffett is buying currently, and there's one that outshines everything else with the amount that he's been buying, and that would actually be Berkshire Hathaway itself. So he's buying back shares. Warren Buffett, the CEO and chairman of Berkshire, is one of the greatest investors of all time, which we know the Oracle of Omaha is very famous for his ability to pick undervalued stocks for his company Berkshire Hathaway to acquire. So the stock has an average rate of return of about 20% annually since 1965, approximately doubling the S&P 500's annualized return over the exact same time frame. So a lot of people actually look towards Berkshire as like an option instead of the S&P 500. They trust Buffett more than just the index or the overall market. So no wonder investors watch closely when this famed investor makes a move, which is true. A lot of people do follow his moves because he's so famous and so good at what he's done, and he's got a proven track record for decades of having phenomenal ability to pick stocks. But while we won't have full details on Buffett's recent purchases until the company releases its F or 13F filing this week, one thing is clear: Berkshire Hathaway itself is among one of Buffett's favorite stocks to buy lately, and it may even be his top pick. So this reigns true in a lot of interviews. Like, you can even go back to I just watched the 1994 annual shareholders meeting. I've watched the 95, 96, and 97 as well. He always talks about the stocks, like the individual companies that he owns. Like, he's talked about his railroads a lot, his energy sector a bunch. Lately, he's been talking a lot about Apple. But one thing that he does sprinkle in there a lot is the fact that he wants to buy Berkshire, as in, like, when Berkshire's undervalued, he will buy it no matter what. That's like his number one pick to buy, because he wants more equity in the company. So this tends to still be true, apparently, because even in 95 he said he wanted to buy it undervalued, but it's spending billions on itself to buy back shares. So while Berkshire hasn't revealed all of its stock purchases for Q1 yet, the company did provide an update on its share repurchases in its recent filed quarterly report. The conglomerate bought back around 1.58 billion worth of its own stock during the quarter. So that means that from what I've seen too, he hasn't been buying a lot. I know Dominion's part of their pipeline, I think, was just bought by Berkshire. It was acquired, but I know that he spent a bunch on Berkshire. So it bought a huge portion of its own stock. This is a sizable purchase relative to the company's total purchases during the period. In total, Buffett spent about $4 billion buying stocks in Q1. This means that Berkshire Hathaway represented about 40% of all equities that he bought during this period, driving home just how much more attractive Berkshire is finding its own stock to buy than other stocks. Berkshire was by far the company's largest purchase in Q4 as well. So not only did he buy a bunch in 2019 Q4, he also bought another 1.5 in Q2 as well. So during the period, Berkshire spent 2.2 billion buying back its own stock, greater than all of its other stock purchases combined during the quarter. Further, this put the total repurchases in the year of 2019 at about 5 billion, up from over 1 billion in 2018. So he bought 1 billion in 2018 and now 5 billion in 2019, and he's already bought another 1.58. So he's bought about 6.58 billion dollars of his own stock, which is, I mean, that's a lot of companies do this to build equity, or they buy the shares out from the free market, so there's less shares, so then every shareholder actually owns more of the company. So instead of paying a dividend, a lot of companies buy back shares. So that's another way to give pass income on to the shareholders, is to buy back stock. So he's been doing that a lot. But I'm not really surprised. I mean, if you look at his slew of businesses that he owns, I know he just bought Dominion. I have to make a video on that as well. But I mean, he has, like, See's Candy's a big one. Apple is huge for him. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Coca-Cola, Gillette. I mean, he's just got such a big basket of companies, and a lot of them, they're very small positions, but some of the companies might even surprise you. I need to go through and do like a video on some of his, like, more minuscule, smaller holdings, because a lot of them would surprise you. But I'm not surprised to see that he's buying his own stock, especially after the big dip. There was a huge drop in Berkshire stock price, so that, I mean, if he thought it was fairly valued before the virus and outbreak and stuff like that, then he got hit with the airlines. So he still owns a lot of the airlines as well. He didn't sell completely out of them, but he did get slammed like the stock did. And I'm not surprised to see that in Q1 he bought a pretty big portion of Berkshire stock, because it got, if he even thought it was overvalued before, with this huge pullback that we've had in the market, I'm not surprised to see him buying more stock. So anyways, guys, what do you think he's gonna buy? What do you think that other 3.52 billion dollars was? I'm kind of interested to see, because that, I mean, 40% of what he bought was his own stock, so that means he bought 60% of the purchases he made in Q1 were something else. So, throw some names down in the comments. Do you think he bought maybe Wells Fargo, maybe Bank of America shares, maybe he bought some more Coca-Cola? We know he didn't buy any Kraft Heinz. He said that in one of his interviews, that he wouldn't buy it. But let me know what you guys think he might have bought with his cash. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're a Buffett fan, if you're a fan of passive income, dividend investing, and want to watch me become a millionaire, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I do a dividend video every single day, Monday through Friday, and I try to do videos like this every once in a while just to sprinkle in some more content. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next dividend investing video. Take care, guys.